Ali Musa, you're Communications Director for the Islamic Republic of Iran. Welcome.
Thank you.
Let me start by asking you about oil. Could you give me an idea of how much oil Iran has?
Oh, we have huge amounts of oil. I mean, absolutely massive amounts of oil. To give you an idea, we have the third largest reserves in the world.
So you have a lot of oil?
Absolutely masses of the stuff.
So with all that oil, why do you need a nuclear reactor?
Well, that's a good question. We need a nuclear reactor to store all the uranium we've bought. You see, you can't just leave uranium lying around. No, you need to put it somewhere. And a nuclear reactor is just the right place for it. You see, uranium is very, very dangerous stuff.
I appreciate it's dangerous stuff, which I think is why a lot of people are concerned about you enriching uranium. They think it's a front for you trying to build a bomb. Are you?
Oh, absolutely not. No, not at all.
So you wouldn't mind inspectors having a look round your nuclear facilities just to check?
Well, look, we've had inspectors before, and inspectors really aren't the answer. You know, inspectors come round a plant and they say, "What's behind this door?" And we say, "It's a fridge." And they say, "We'd like to look inside." And we say, "Well, we can't find the key." And they say, "No, we still want to see inside." And we say, "Look, trust us. If you open that fridge door, a great big bloody light is going to come on." So no, trust. Trust is the answer.
All right, let's talk about trust. Iran recently held elections. What sort of democracy is Iran?
Oh, Iran is a very advanced form of democracy. We've actually fused democracy with Sharia law to create a system we call one man, one hand.
And how does voting work in Iran?
We use the single electable candidate system. And the way that works is that you draw up a list of all the potential leaders and then you eliminate them one by one.
In the West, democracy tends to mean freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of sexuality. So tell me, what's Iran's approach to homosexuality?
Well, in Iran, we don't have any homosexuals. Homosexuality is a Western disease which is spread by dental floss. You only have to look at Iranian men to realize that we're big, we're strong, we're manly. Only Western men are small and puny, like Tom Cruise.
But President Ahmadinejad himself is quite small.
He's actually a lot bigger than he appears on television. It's actually just the Western media that makes it look like he can't see over the top of a lectern.
So tell me, is it just the Western media too which claims that Iran is the world's most active state sponsor of terrorism?
No, that's quite true, actually. No, we sponsor Hamas, we sponsor Hezbollah, and the Muslim Brotherhood, and a few promising startups.
Why do you fund those terrorist groups?
Value for money.
Sorry?
Oh, terrorism is extremely good value for money. You see, look, if you want to buy a tank, say, that's going to cost you millions of dollars. A fighter plane? Don't even ask. But $30,000 will buy you a complete suicide bombing mission, including a pension for mum and dad. Now, that's what I call bang for your buck.
Do you think it's right to encourage young people to give up their lives in suicide missions?
Well, look, to be honest, I do have a number of qualms about that. And in fact, we've been working with some of the groups to try and encourage them to use old people. People who are living in residential care. Now, there are some problems, of course. I mean, on the way to the target, they can sometimes forget what the mission is. But on the plus side, it really gives old people something to live for.
I'd like finally to just ask you about President Ahmadinejad. I believe he's a very devout man who believes in the return of the hidden Mahdi. Who was the hidden Mahdi?
Oh, the hidden Mahdi was the 12th Imam who disappeared about 1,000 years ago. And it's said that he will return after an apocalyptic war.
And does President Ahmadinejad believe in the return of this hidden Mahdi?
Oh, absolutely, yes, he expects him any day now.
And what about this apocalyptic war? Aren't you slightly worried that the president might try to start such a war?
Oh, no. I mean, it's not as if he has a nuclear bomb, is it?
Ali Musa, thank you.